What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades occasionally, that is. I think it's been maybe a couple of months since I've put new content up here at Baz on Blades, and I'd like to apologize for that, but I'm not, because I don't make any money doing this channel, so I took a break, and instead of spending money buying knives, I spent money on other things. But we're back at it here at Baz on Blades, at least as much as we'll be able to do, because we're getting ready to head into mowing season 2 here in East Tennessee, where the grass grows about 10 inches a day in the springtime. You got to mow your yard every other day, and wah. Now you have to give me some tissue, dry up these tears. I know, Baz on Blades, shut the hell up and show us what you got here. It's recyclable, just like a box, apparently. This is a bag. This knife is going to be the first from this brand. It's like an indestructible bag. Holy shit. So what we've got here is North Mountain Blade. Like I said, the very first product from North Mountain Blade here at Baz on Blades. And we've got, look right here, we've got the North Mountain Blades Chop 2. This one's in carbon fiber handle scales, SLD Magic for your blade steel. And that will be a 3-layer San Mai blade steel. Let's see. This is new for me. We got this hard case here, almost like a Pelican type of case. It says North Mountain Blade on the front. That's very hard for me to say. Just North Mountain Blade. I want to say Blades. Because, you know, Baz on Blades. So Blades, the S on the end of it just comes to me. What was that? I'm all talking, I'm not paying attention. So that's your designer, that's your blade steel, and okay. So this is a card, sticker, it's a something, but this is another version of the Chop. This is this one has the Lee kickstart mechanism, so it's not a traditional flipper. I don't have one of those, so we won't talk about it. That's a filler tab for a non-reversible pocket clip in case you want to carry this thing with no pocket clip on it. Microfiber cleaning cloth and random piece of cardboard. That's very nice for them to throw that in there. So let's get this back in the old boxola here, get that out of the way, and let's take a look at what this knife actually looks like. This, the Chop models are, they're an Asian-inspired tanto. This is a nice little case right here. It's actually a little nicer than what I thought it would be. I thought it would feel pretty cheap, but it absolutely does not feel cheap. Fantastic. Let's get this knife out of this bag. This bag is made out of real plastic. Look at that. You can obviously tell that it's real plastic. You know how you can tell? Listen to this. Yeah, only real plastic. There's no fake plastic that's going to sound like that. So we've got the Chop 2 here. This is sort of a medium-large size knife. There's a couple of different iterations of the Chop models as far as the lock mechanism goes. This is a true plunge lock. They do have a crossbar lock as well. That would be like an axis lock. And then I believe the Lee kickstop stuff is liner lock, I believe is what it is. And that looks to be centered right down the center. One thing that I very much like about this is the way they have accented this knife. At least this carbon fiber variant. This is the first of these that I've seen in person. Got brass around your lock button. This is supposed to be 45 ACP, and that is not. I should have pulled out a 45 round to show you the difference. That is That's smaller than 9mm, it looks like. And you've got a brass backspacer here. That's a nice looking package. What do you guys think? That's a nice looking package. Let's see how this button lock flips. It like a button lock that doesn't have a true detent. So we've got a sort of a modern stylized sort of tanto, not truly like a Western geometric, but very modern and stylized. And you can see the joiner line here on the steel, the San Maya steel. That's in SLD Magic for the core. I don't know what the cladding layers are. There'll be a some sort of stainless, and SLD Magic is a tool steel. It is not stainless. I think it's semi-stainless maybe. Let's see how the lockup is. Absolutely solid. They came set up with no side-to-side play. Okay, and that is most definitely ball bearing action. That's satisfying right there. That's satisfying right there. That thumb disto. Oh, that's a nice lockup sound. Listen to that. Yeah, that's super duper nice right there. Fall shutty. It feels clean as well. I'm not feeling any dust or anything in the pivot. It feels lubricated. Again, there's no detent. You know, your detent, quote unquote, is the spring pressure that's holding the button up. Hey, this isn't bad. We're gonna keep this video short. I tend to run on and do too long of an opening video. And guys, I have got 100 knives out here on the tabletop. No, I don't. I don't have 100 out here, but I've got a bunch of work to do here at Baz on Blades. Hey, this is actually pretty damn decent right here. This is actually pretty decent. I honestly, button locks are not my favorite, but with a light switch, sort of a hybrid, you see the front point of this flipper tab. I'm coming back with a light switch with just the slightest angle of push. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It likes it a little more light switchy, definitely. Oh, just failed it right there. I slipped off of the flipper tab. But there's oil all over this thing. Let's take a look at that flipper tab. There is some jimping, but you see why I slipped off. When you work a flipper tab, I don't know about everybody else, but up on this front flat, my finger is, I'm not getting on that jimp. I mean, I can sort of feel that jimping, but I'm having to dig my finger in against the front face of that. It's a very short surface. So that jimping is worthless. It's useless. You could have saved the money machining that. Now the top, the jimping is nice, but man, you can 100% push button that. That's not bad at all. Okay. I'll give them that. It's much more satisfying as a, oh, I like that. There's not really any jimping up here per se, but you do have the edge, the coin edge of that disc does have some fairly aggressive jimping on it. That's nice. And it works right here. I'm able to ledge my thumb into that disc to get some added grip. That's not too bad. You know, there's give and take on every design. I think it's a good looking design. I like sort of a modernized, inspired tanto design. I like this wide open handle design. I like the way it's dressed, as far as using the brass accents with the carbon fiber. There's one thing that I absolutely, I would have done different on this knife, and that's the pocket clip. And it's not really that it's not a deep carry pocket clip. I don't absolutely need a deep carry pocket clip, even though I prefer one generally. It's an inline 2-screw mount, and I don't like that. It's the same reason I cannot stand the pocket clips on a Hinderer knife. I cannot stand that kind of design. I just don't like that mount. If it had been just a bent steel pocket clip with side-by-side screw mount, I would have liked that better. But we'll see how it carries. Let's see here again in the hand. Yeah, that pocket clip is absolutely a non-issue, and you can see here why. That's got a pretty low tip right here. I'd be sort of curious as to how that goes in and out of the pocket. You got a lot of lift right here on the body of the clip, so thicker materials are not going to spring that clip. I like that. Again, that's super hard because the edge of the bevel here, which is a hollow grind, is polished. You know, they're doing that to do this sort of faux Hammond sort of treatment, you know, and that's okay. I know what they're going for, and I appreciate that. That's not too bad at all. It's a good size. I don't have a paramilitary 2 out here. Let's see here. I do have, let's see how big it is compared to this. This is a Vosteed Martin 330. That's the newer, larger. And for those of you that are saying, we've not seen any video on that, you've not seen any video on the other 3 Vosteeds. I've got 4 Vosteeds sitting here on the tabletop. I never bought one. I didn't have one in the collection, and now all of a sudden I've got 4. I haven't reviewed any of them, and I've got to do that. I don't know whether to review them separate or just do one long sort of showcase video, whatever. I don't know. So let's not talk about that anymore. Let's talk about this this North Mountain Blade. No S. North Mountain Blade. North Mountain as a company, they just have one blade. That's it. So I guess I'll have to send this back so the next person that buys it, they'll have a blade too. I don't know. Maybe they'll contact me. So there you go. Unboxing, initial impressions. It's pretty positive. I'm not going to say it's a perfect design. You know, button lock's not my favorite lock. But that's not bad. It's not anywhere near the worst button lock I've ever felt. It's got good spring tension. Thumb disc opening is super duper nice. That's really nice, guys. Yeah, that's super duper nice. Let's see if Bazon Blades can... I reverse flicked it. That really looked awkward. I'm like a reverse flicking retard is what I am. There you go. I'm just out of practice. That's why I'm using offensive words and stuff in this. So, oh my God, look at that. It's like that's special effects. Somebody needs, donate some money. Look at this. You ever seen a knife do that in a video? I've never seen that before. I better quit. Hollywood's going to come knocking at my door. There we go. North Mountain Blade, Chop 2, solid carbon fiber, SLD Magic for your blade steel. I don't know what the cladding steel is. Doesn't matter. We've got some brass accents. Everything looks good. Fit and finish looks really good on this. So we're going to carry it a couple of weeks, and we will see what we see on this North Mountain Blade Chop 2. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.